Hello, welcome to Special Effects with live stream software. You can see just how special these effects actually are. It's a little bit too far over. Should be somewhere like that, I think. There we are. We just mute myself. How does that look? You can see if I move the mouse pointer, each one of those pointers. So if I move it from over here all the way to the left, each one of those pointers is a separate frame. And you can see how it moves and gets blurred. And you can even draw something in like that as a little smiley face, although the fact that it goes from over to the other side, like with the, yeah, you can't kind of let go, which isn't great. Hello, Kangafango. Greetings, favorite locomotive magazine collector Paradise. What? I don't collect locomotive magazines, no. But you can't see them. Phew. That's hello, favorite garden designer and climber part-timer. Paradise, hello. Snap. Uh-oh, I feel a visit from Mr. Queasy, the clown, coming on. Look at that, almost like it's like the frame in the background, like the gray has frozen. Like if I move like that, you can see how that gets blurred into the background. And then at one point it just kind of freezes into place, and look at how it blue shifts. And look, it kind of almost becomes stationary in that location, see? Isn't that interesting? And look, like the entire right-hand yellow bit is from the red text, or from the YouTube, the Paradise YouTube link logo on the corner. Looks like a phoenix with a yellow. It does a bit, yeah. Or Batman. Whoa! A very distorted Batman. When is Batman not distorted? And your YouTube thing. He's been a bit queasy. Queasy? Yeah. Can we do this for 2 hours? We can. We won't, but we can. And then if I move it slightly over to the side, you can see how it all starts trailing. However, another interesting thing is if I make this even larger, then it suddenly starts zooming into the frame instead of zooming out, because then each time the frame gets replicated, it's larger than the original. Look at that. Now that looks like a Star Trek The Motion Picture warp effect, doesn't it? With a slow motion. Hold on, maybe I can find the scene that I mean. 1 second. Let's go to YouTube. Actually, hold on. 1 second. I'll do it on a private window. 1 second. Then if I go to Star Trek, The Motion Picture, warp speed, warp scene. Not sure which one. It's one of these. Might have been that one. Hold on. Let me quick. Oh no, that's not what I want. It's a railway ad, so that's actually not that bad. But I still don't want to watch that currently. 1 second. Where is it? Where's the section? 1 minute. Yeah, there we go. This is from the motion picture. Hold on, 1 second. Look. There. That's the effect that I was referencing. And then as they go into warp, of course, there. And then they get into issues with a wormhole. 1 second. Is it that scene? That might be the scene. Nope, that's an ad for something else. I have no idea what that's an ad for. And I honestly don't want to know. Come on, get out of the way. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. There it begins. You can see the effect there as they get trapped in a wormhole. You can see the streaking. No, not that kind of streaking. This kind. Look, that's what it reminded me of. If you can see what I mean. Like that. Yeah. If I skip in a little bit more, that's the effect that this reminded me of. As you can see. There. Anyway, let's just let that fade into the past. So, oh, hyperspace. No, MVR. Come, okay. Terminus, not terminate reality. Right. Are you allowed to show that on stream? No, you are not. Well, this is criticism. This is critique. So it was only a few seconds, plus there was no audio. Careful, please. Get on with it. Yeah, a bit. Now it's just yellow. I can see the similarity. It's MVR time, not just chatting. Please, please, please. Yes. Please. Now speedrun. Okay, well, I'll make this window a little bit smaller, like that. Because now you can see that we're getting closer to actually being able to work on the MVR. Right, let's actually get started. So we transition back into this effect, and then transition back out. Actually, if I hold Alt, is there a way I can? Ooh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, the wibbly wobbly, timey wimey as we gradually reveal Trainz behind there. And I'll move this off the screen. There we go, Trainz. It's probably generated by the same idea, just with different blending on that effect. 10 minutes almost. Why do this? Why build? Well, I saw the effect and I wanted to have a little bit of fun with it. At least you don't get ads for Canadian liquid natural gas. Railways would be an improvement. Right, so the correct layer selected. So let's actually get started building. I'll get started by... Actually, let's quickly check the render distance. Yeah, 250. I gifted you the Wednesday slot this week for the MVR. Please don't waste it. But this is Saturday. Right, so let's extend this. I basically just want this to go straight till about there. And then we'll have a little bit of an well, we might not even have to put an intersection there. If I just put a building group at the end, then that should cover up the end of this road quite nicely, I think. We'll see. Although you have to admit that it has been a while since I played with those effects on OBS. Don't you think I've earned a few minutes of fun with it? Okay, anyway, how is everybody in chat? Code Monkey, Kagafango, I'll bust through. How is everybody? Have you been up to anything fun today? Anything fun that is appropriate for mentioning in the stream, of course. I'm alright, thanks. How about you? Yes. I had a fun OpenTTD stream today. which I really quite enjoyed. Also, now just thinking about this, I will probably have to put portals at the end of this because, yeah, you may want to have the AI trains dynamically spawning on this section, so I guess I'll put some portals at the end. Although I'll probably make it go around the curve and then put it there. Yeah, I was right. I was right too. Whatever. Well, if you consider pressure washing mud into your face fun, then yes. Pressure washing mud into your face. I'm assuming you did not intend to do this. Actually, because the tracks are going to go around the curve, I might as well very quickly actually put in a proper intersection. Although if I'm going to do that, then I might bring it back a little bit to about there. So I missed it. I mean, I mostly built lots of monorail stuff. Ooh, and also, I did get, I think, about 140 million pounds. That's the number I reached in the stream. So that was quite an achievement. Also, next time, I may be spending around 44 million pounds on buying the rights of a VGR to put a high-speed connection to his city, because apparently, even though he doesn't have any negative impact, it is still something that he wishes to exploit, and so I may pay him that. Or, if there are other plans, I may not. Oh, did you cosplay a pig? The 6/8 slot doesn't fit in for me on weekends. Yeah. Can't really do much about that. That makes sense. Not every slot fits with everyone. It is inevitable that one's not ideal. But you're still a regular. Very much so. Well, I knew I would get dirty. But corners aren't easy to pressure wash. Ah, I see. So the mud hid in a corner and then ambushed you. Is that what you're saying? Actually, this may have been faster if I just did it in one go and then put spline points in between to then cut it into smaller pieces. Right. Still needs work, but it's somewhat better. Oh, did you power wash Emichu's Yaris Verso? Exactly! How it got there, I don't know. Fun fact, I actually saw it IRL twice, and my rust detector never went off the scale. Okay, Kango, how much does it weigh then, if you looked so closely at it while it was on the scale? Wait. The bottom of the garden is a mess because all the water goes down and collects there with nowhere to go. Ah. That does not seem helpful. Have you considered building a sewer? If you've unlocked it in the tech tree, that is. The bottom of the garden... Right. Surely you missed that message. I missed what? I don't know which message. The thing is so rusty it will... Oh right, yeah, the things are will fall to bits. Sorry. Oh, I read it wrong. You said never. You need a better scale. Ah, well there you go. Mm-hmm. 1,113 grams, kilograms. Well, within these specifications, weight. Okay, I'm not gonna look that up, but instead I will trust your estimation, which I know can be a very dangerous thing, but I'm gonna trust your estimation nonetheless. Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant to get the object, not to set the height. I need to put some spline points in there, just so that the curve is a little bit more even. Curve weight. Oi, this is Kago you're talking about. Nuclear castle engineer. Precisely my point. Okay, let's save. Car. Car. Are you making a Doctor Who reference? That's Dr. Professor Nuclear Castle Engineer to you. Yeah. Codemanker, do you know that in the modded Minecraft series that we're having, that Kango's currently in the process of building a castle on a mountain that will have a nuclear reactor in its basement within the mountain? I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be within the basement, but Kango might put it somewhere else in the castle. But are you aware of this? Or not? Oh, nah, precisely. Only Doctor? Sure, I'll take it. In the mountain, castle on top. Same structure internally. I see. And how many rocket silos and volcanoes are involved? That's a good question, but the better question is, how many sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads are involved? We'll see, not determined yet. We're 3/10 on the evil layer scale so far. 3 out of 10, I see, yeah. To be disclosed. Shout out. 3 out of 10, yes. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I just need to finish doing the road markings quickly, and then I'll put the catenary above. I don't need to do much in terms of road markings. I just want to put in the wide, solid, white stripes, and I'm actually going to put in 4 of them, because if you're viewing it from all the way back here, your angle is going to be so far down that to even be able to see it slightly, you need to have a thicker edge. And that's pretty much all I need to do in terms of road markings. Now I just need to put in the splines of the trolley wire. Okay, and it went up to there, good. Actually, I need to quickly disable the limit contextual information. CodeMonkey, have you ever played OpenTTD? I've not, though I might have briefly tried Transport Tycoon Deluxe back in the day. I see. Okay. That looks okay. Now the distance for the posts for the cross wires, for the supporting wires, was 4 meters, so 40 meters ish. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 1, 8. 9, 1, and I'll just put it on the edge where the curve begins. Rotate these. OpenTTD is completely free, and it's also on Steam. It's open source, so yeah, it's free. You should be not you should be interested, but should you be interested? Imagine that. OpenTTD is completely free and it's on Steam. You should be interested. It was nice to see Captain today, until that evil Herbie had to come along. I didn't know you had a new nickname for Michu. Hereby, yeah, Herbie. The VW Beetle. If Herbie were actually interested in attention and not weirdly behaved, I wouldn't mind. Wait, no, that's Herbie. But all he does is ruin the times Captain and I get. Ha 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 ha. Why is that so funny? Ruining the time that Captain and Albastro get? That's not funny. Emichu is more than evil. My prizes are good. Whatever they are. It's that scene from The Simpsons about the set of liminal marketing plans. I've not seen that one. Sorry. Okay, sobbing now, thanks. Aww. I love Captain though. I wish he loved me as much as I love him. Well, if you want an animal that will have lots and lots of devotion and love towards you unconditionally, I would suggest researching canids. Specifically those descended from wolves. Okay, looks pretty good. Looking down that way. Yep. And then when if you are rail fanning up here on this bridge, then not only have you got the turntable with a water tower and coaling tower and trains going back and forth with a terminus back there, but you've even got streetcars and steeple cabs and something and stuff like that going along here with the palms. Palms, not palms. Yeah, this is a really nice spot, I think. Oh, not sure if I've seen that. I didn't mean you. I don't remember it exactly. Something like, I heard of subliminal. I've heard of subliminal. What's superliminal? Q yelling to a passerby, "Hey, you! Join the Navy!" Ah, I see. Okay, Don't you dare suggest dogs. They are evil. I don't believe that. Ah, I may have heard about that once. Foxes, maybe? Although foxes have a not very good smell. That's not exactly lined up, but it's so far back you won't really see it. Okay, is that enough? That might be enough. Wires. I mean, you really won't see it much back here anyway. Okay, so that's good. Now, I know that I will want to have some streets coming off that way with intersections. However, I think I might want to place some buildings here first so that I can have a better idea of what this feels like. And I want some more of the quite brightly colored ones, like these ones. Let's begin with this one. Well, the angle doesn't really line up, unfortunately. Unless, of course, this gets brought in much closer, and then it only opens up back here, in which case I might be able to have multiples of this building. Kind of intersecting like that. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. That's the sort of look I want carrying along back here. One that I do remember, despite not having seen the episode yet. Homer finds paper currency. No, I wanted a peanut. Homer's mind. But money can buy lots of peanuts. Homer. How come? Mind. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. Homer. Woohoo! Explain how, instead of how come. Oh, right, yes. Right, so yeah, that is definitely the sort of look that I wanted. And I think I'm going to have cobblestone paving along, all the way along here. So, is that the right rotation? No. Oh, of course it's not. Hold on. There we go, that's the rotation I wanted. I may need to retouch some of this texturing because if it's overflowing onto the road slightly. Yeah, then I can have a little bit of parking along here and some pedestrian things, benches and stuff like that. Yeah, that's really nice. That is what I was, and pretty much what I was imagining when I first started designing this area. Although, now let's quickly look for tower assets. Not water towers or cooling towers or anything like that. Like tower buildings. Hold on, water tower, it's all water tower. Nope. Okay, flooring yes. And a row of parked station wagons in colors such as brown, tan, and beige. Perhaps. Tsunami warning tower. Oh, no, not currently. Maybe once we've had a tsunami. Ooh, tower block. Now, maybe Or is that a bit too modern? Do you think it's too modern or not? I think for the 1960s, if this is a new building from the 60s, could fit. Could fit. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, like this sort of thing, 1960s tower blocks. Ooh, look at that. I mean, that's got a lot of glass in it. Yeah. The brutalist tower block that marked the start of the 1960s redevelopment. Yeah, see that sort of design, that looks quite similar, I think. Yeah, I think this fits really well, actually. Oh, well, it fits well enough, I think. That's maybe more 70s, 80s tall. No, I want this to be really tall because the terminus is supposed to be really in the very heart of the city. And so I do want the really tall buildings back here to kind of bring an end to that gradient of increasing height, like building height as you're coming through. Yeah, it's too tall to modern. I don't think so necessarily. The design could be from the 60s, but it seems like a modern replastering. Top right one, maybe. Refacing, recovering. What's the word? Recladding, I think is what you mean. Yeah, maybe. But there aren't that many assets like this for Trainz that I'm aware of. I think that color-wise it works very well because, like I said previously, I really want a lot of quite bright buildings here. For things like maybe also some casinos or some stuff along this main road going through there. Oh look, they even put a little 3D railing on there. Let's see what it would look like with a few of these ones beside it as well. Yeah, if you're coming down this way, look, if you're coming along this way, you can already see the towers, and then as you're coming underneath the bridge, don't mind this, the superliner car, that's just for height. You come through, you can see these tall buildings on the side with the palm trees, and I really like that, having this somewhat tall and a really tall building and a little bit shorter, because having these little shorter buildings back there really emphasize the height of this building. It really, there's a lot of contrast there. I really like how that looks. Yes, cladding, thank you. Cladding construction. Yeah. Yes. Casino, where? Too small? Too fat, too thin? I actually think this looks quite good. Let's have a look at some more towers. Support tower, no. St. Mary's water tower, no. Some more water tower things. Sand towers, marker towers, refinery towers, radio towers, Portsmouth Tower, Plymouth Towers, Old Water Towers, office? Nah, that's no. Skyscraper? Maybe. I'll look through the rest of the towers list as well. That's too modern, I think. I mean, I leave it there just in case. Maybe I can put it in the background somewhere where you won't really be able to see it well, but I do think that might be a little bit modern. Yeah. Microwave tower. Anyway, just quickly gonna look through. We've gone through the majority of the list already. Light tower, security cameras, more water towers, billboard towers. We've got the Tokyo Tower, industrial towers, water towers, Grimsby Dock Tower, lots of things basically. Oh, was that a... Oh no, the cooling towers. I thought there was an air traffic control tower in there as well, but it's not quite what I found. Building tower... Alright, this is the one that I was already using. These are the ones I was already using. Electrical power thing. There we go, airport control tower, but that's not quite what I want. Okay, well, let's have a look at skyscraper. Although I may look on the DLS as well. Construction sites. Now, I do like the idea of having a skyscraper construction site somewhere over here, but some of these are much too big. Although, saying that, having this, like, here... although, I might just bring this a bit closer to about there, considering that the road goes out of the way of the tracks, so the space between here would likely become a little bit shorter so that the block size can be maintained. Yeah, that looks good. I'll probably place some cranes and things around that as well. In front of Grimsby's welcoming sign, take this place, for example. Looks simple, right? Well, what if we told you it's actually pronounced Grimsby? We'd be lying. It's Grimsby. Yes, I think I've seen that video as well. Yes, Kango, you wanted a skyscraper, yes? You said you wanted maybe a skyscraper, yeah? Kango, yes? Although that is even, I mean, that is just upscaled to like too much, because if you look, if I place this next to the Superliner coaches, for example, you can see how tall the Superliner coaches are, and then how large the doors are in comparison. This is probably just meant as a background asset to look really, really tall, I would assume. J. Foreman, Mark Cooper Jones, 2020. Oh, faint. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I think all of these DES skyscrapers have this issue. Well, this one doesn't. This one looks not quite right. Yeah, I think skyscrapers are another category larger than what I would likely use. Unless it's like as a centerpiece over here or something. Because like in New York, New York in the 60s, you already had the colossal buildings like this. I mean, the Empire State Building was built in the 30s, 40s, around there, I think. But, I mean, I don't dislike this, but it makes the station look so tiny. What if I moved it down into the ground somewhat? Like that. maybe. I'll leave it there for now, and we can replace it later if we end up not liking it. Those doors could fit a Supersonic through them. Oh, I like foxes. They're cute, but the screeching is hard to get over. A little late, I know. Sorry. No worries. I was designing a DIY project. Ooh. What were you designing? Also, you were designing the project. Does that mean someone else is going to complete the DIY project, like actually do it, and you were just the one designing it? Oh, that might fit quite nicely somewhere. Yes, this might fit quite nicely. This feels very New York-y. Although I'm not sure that I really want these really very tall buildings back here. We'll have to see how it fits into the rest of the landscape. Now that one I do like. Although this one could be a nice corner piece here, perhaps. Although with the palm trees... Yeah, I'd probably have a little bit of a margin there. Not sure about that big block of blue right behind the station. Yeah, me neither. I'll probably replace it, but I'll leave it there for now. Nah, I don't like that dark building that close. Maybe having it over here, so that if you're back here, you can kind of look through there and you can see it a little bit. Maybe there. Not really fond of it, honestly. Maybe if you had a road going back there, just straight away from it. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. And we've got more skyscraper construction sites. Oh wait, did I already loop through the whole list? Oh, I did. Huh. I thought, yeah, hold on. Are there more in the building skyscraper kind of group? Oh yes, there are. Hold on. These are from Cab. Oh, these have unknown locations though. Ah, no, this is Cab. So we've got 10, 9, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Download those. I remember using this building a lot. The one we can drive through. I remember placing tram tracks going through there and all sorts of things. Instead of the big blue block, if you had a road going straight away from the station. No. I want this to be like in the heart of the city. I want, like, if you're going along here, yeah, it might be a bit too big. Yeah, from this angle, you're right, I don't like it. But I do want there to be really tall buildings there. Any plans for a former parcels goods dock adjacent to a station? Or am I thinking about US railroads with UK tinted glasses? Well, I mean, you had whole interurban, like these interurban tracks here. you had entire industrial complexes where you had different platforms and loading docks or boxcars where you transfer stuff from one to the other. But you wouldn't really have it with a passenger station. Like, for example, you would have, like over here, you might have it where you've got this other line coming across. You might have it there, or you might have it in the industrial district back there, and then have it come across, or something like that. Or you might have another transfer facility somewhere. Building skyscraper 1 looks a bit like the Trans-American Pyramid. Oh yeah. Now that's a thought. Tea-soaked glasses. Does look a bit like it, yeah. Although I do not like that building there. Actually, do you remember this? The interior there? This always reminds me of Midterm Madness 2, where you could crash through the glass at the bottom. Yeah, I don't think that these... I mean, that one might work somewhere. Maybe if I just gave it a little bit more... if I gave it a little bit more space. How does that feel? Imagine you're walking along here through really tall buildings, and you come over to the station. I do think that that's okay. Because if you imagine this station was maybe built in the late 1800s, you wouldn't have these really, really tall buildings, and then as things have been redeveloped around it, taller buildings have cropped up, but the station wouldn't have been upgraded that much. Here's an idea. Hide some exciting items around the Minecraft world and have an Easter egg hunt on Monday. Maybe. Although I don't... Actually, does this have a spinning top? I think it used... Yeah, look, it's got a spinning top. Maybe, but then we wouldn't really get much done, yeah. But then the item hiding wouldn't be on stream. Yeah, these... Yeah, the skyscrapers don't really work that well, I think. I think I'd be better off having more of these buildings around. Oh yes, that reminds me, I wanted to look for casino assets. Yes, so no cheating. Spinning tops to modern. Yeah, no worries. Just a 5-minute warm-up was the idea rather than all of the stream. Well, yeah, but you know how it is. We would end up spending ages on that. Although maybe, we'll see. Ask again on Monday. Although the thing is, Emichu will be an hour late on Monday, which means we'd have to do it an hour in, and then we'd already be in the middle of doing something. Well, I wouldn't watch it. But yeah, might be more time than worth. It's a good idea, but I think maybe that would be a better thing for vanilla, maybe, because in vanilla you don't need to get that much stuff to set up all these complicated things with mods where you need this item to make that item to make that item to make that item and so on. But we'll see. Ask again on Monday. You can hide stuff while Emichu's not there. Good point. Oh, typical Emichu, ruining everything. Well done. No. What I'm hearing is that you have 1 hour to fill Emichu's house with bees. Oops. Oh, is that not... Are there no casino assets installed? I thought there were some. Apparently they weren't installed. Don't give blue ideas. Change the game to hide all of Emichu's stuff, but make it hard. No. Right. Oran Casino. UFOD. UFOD? Well, that's it says new version available, so I'll probably find it down below. Maybe we can test it. We can test it. The Oran Casino. Nah, no. This one maybe. Might look for hotel as well. Eight for five Casino de Saint Malo. Looks really good, but European. Yeah, I saw that as well. I know that some of these are specifically Las Vegas assets. However, they may... Oh, I didn't know Tinmouth was in... Oh, it's not Tinmouth. Let's look for a hotel as well. Officially, Okay, so... Do none of these have images? Oh, they do. They just have not loaded in yet. Well. Tinmouth. Yep. Sounds about right. Looks to Sheldon and Tinmouth. Come on, just load in, please. Oh, is that all? Yeah, that's good. Right, so do any of these look like they would fit? So far, not really. Maybe that one, that's already installed. Blender Casino modeling stream upcoming? No. At least not as far as I'm aware. That one maybe. It's going to download the newer version. Let's try, like for example, Franklin Hotel. I think that these assets might have a little bit low texture resolution, but it does look like they have night maps, which is good. Or night meshes, rather. That one maybe. Let's try this one as well. Probably we'll put it in the background somewhere, if it's that tall. Not really seeing much at the moment. That would be good. That's an interesting building. That one as well. St. Pancras Renaissance Hotel. Okay, well, let's have a look at some of the things I downloaded. So if we go into today, right, so this is the really big one. Now this definitely looks like was built in the 1930s or so. Maybe that would actually look good opposite the station. It's tall, but not as ridiculously tall as some of the other buildings. If I have it recessed a bit and lined up with the actual station. Was that last one Marquis Plymouth one? Was it? I don't know exactly which one you mean, sorry. Reminiscent of the Disney Tower of Terror ride. Oh, is it? I've no idea. It's called the Drake. Look at the Drake Hotel. Well, there are lots of different ones. Let's have a look at that. Oh, this you mean? Oh, yeah, that does look a bit similar. Yeah, I can see that. You're right. It does remind me of it, like the color of it, and it's big and vertical. It's got an interesting top shape as well. Very last on the list. Ooh, I have not been on it. No, ignore that. Okay, let's have a look. That one. I don't think that's it. Zedia's Hotel Odyssea. Hotel model Odyssea, Ukraine, made by the ZDS team on the order of someone. Is it not this? I can't see. It might very well be that. Or inspired by that, at least. So, what's this one? I mean... Nah, that looks a little modern. Although maybe if we had it off on the side there, like as a more of a background building like that, that could work. Royal Hotel. What is it with these buildings and having doors the size of double-decker train carriages? Look at that. Just imagine someone standing there as tall, like maybe that tall, and looking at that door. Destroyed 2007 apparently, but destruction. Oh, demolition. For the Giants in the game, of course. Oh, now that looks very much like the building that I placed. So Palms Hotel. Oh, are these all going to be oversized? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm still going to leave them installed because they may fit on a different map in the background somewhere. Ah, Franklin Hotel. I mean, that, yeah, it's a bit of a lower texture resolution, but that actually might fit quite well in certain situations. You do sometimes get these smaller buildings between the really tall ones in certain places. That might fit over here quite nicely, like that. Oh, there's a link. Honestly, I think this looks closer to the building in-game. This? Don't get the reference if there's one. Franklin Hill textures need Pixelmator Pro's sharpen effect. Yeah, but if it's a little bit further away from the tracks like that, I think it's fine. Let's have a... this is a little bit too large, I think. Look at that! Look at how ridiculously large this object is. And then the skyscrapers, we've had a look at these. Now this one, I don't know, it looks a bit European. However, people could build a European style hotel just because of maybe like a mark of what's the word I'm looking for? Not quality, but maybe quality? Like reputation might be a better word. That classic French flair. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that doesn't look too out of place. Or Italian, whatever. Yeah, looks neat. Love it. Four in a circle and then courtyard in the center. I think 2 is enough, probably. Although, we'll see. Nope, again, oversized. Right, so that's all the stuff I downloaded today, but if I go into No Payware and then go into Hotel and have a look at some of the assets that were already installed. The backdrop of a hotel, not quite what I want. Oh right, this one, yeah, a little bit low. Now that is an impressive building. It also appears to be built on some very high foundations. Wait, what flag does that have? Is that the Scotland? Yeah. I mean, the Scotland flag might be a little bit much. Although just as a building, I do think it fits quite nicely here. However, the Scotland flag is a little much. Although I could always replace that with and put the US flag on top over it again. Look, you go here, you see that, and it's like, oh, that's an impressive hotel. And you look over and say, Oh wait, does this have too big? Oh, come on. Oh, is that... Actually, no. It's just got really, really big windows. The scale does appear to be correct. It's just got really big windows. Scotland is fictional in the MVR. You heard it here first? Yeah, exactly. You heard it first, not from the author. Well, technically you did, because I said it, but you read it first from Alvastrin. Disappears. No, don't disappear. I'll make Scotland real again. I promise. Might have a look at the author of the Franklin Hotel and see if he's made... I do think he's made other assets as well that might look quite good. If they're in the same style as the Franklin Hotel. No, come back. I'm wondering if that's based on the Station Hotel at Waverley. Huh. Could be. Could be. Let's look at some pictures. Oh yeah, that does look very much like it. Yeah, especially when you look at it like this. Yeah, that is it. Good spot. Almost like you live in Scotland or something like that. Look what you've made your eyes do. Tut tut. Oh yeah, picture. Yep, unmistakable. Imagine that, putting down the Waverley, the Scottish Waverley, the Edinburgh Waverley Station Hotel, and then sticking a US flag on it. I think that's quite funny, if we do it. Ah, Kango, do you remember this asset? Royal York Hotel. I never thought I'd have a map that actually would have a use for this asset. I mean, does that work? No, I don't like that there. I want the skyline to be a bit more visible, but maybe something like here. Instead of that one. Well, that should be a little bit further over to the side. If we are going to have roads between there. I mean, it definitely fits in style-wise. Maybe. Unmistakable shape. Yes. It fitted? Fitted so well with Union Station, Toronto. Nah, that's too big. Not convinced by that argument. But that huge brown thing absolutely dwarfs the station building. True. But that's okay. If the station building, because the station building was probably built at the end of the 19th century, and this was probably built sometime in the 30s or 40s. So that's like 50, 60, maybe even 70 years difference. Let's grab the. Let's grab a USA flag. This one. Let me just quickly put this on temp locked. Hold on, let me just use the flying camera, it makes it a bit easier. Although, can I roll this one? Oh, I can. That's really good. Very convenient. It's not too diagonal, can go. Might just be a little small, but it's definitely not too diagonal. Oops. Maybe rotate it a little bit more this way. I mean, does that clip through at all or not? It does a little. I mean, you're not really supposed to notice it too much anyway. It's just meant more as an Easter egg so that if you do look, you can see that, well, that it's been put in front. What do you think? Because it's moving, it's a little too much. Should not be animated. I think you might need to encase the saltire in something else first. The what? Saltire. Just use a regular one maybe. I'll just use another flag. Is that the... Oh yeah, of course. It's weird. Use a different asset. I don't know that I have a different asset. If I look for flag US, flag USA, that's the only one I get. Yeah, I mean, there's that one. Guess I could try those. Too small. Well, that one's animated again. And it looks like it's the same size. That one too? Although cab flag USA, isn't that meant for a cab? Yeah, it doesn't show up. The cab flag, well, flag US. Camouflage Russland. Interesting. US Naval Jack. 20 foot, 40 foot. Don't think that would fit. Maybe these JR ones. This one's 6 by 10, 8 by 12. Let's try the 12 by 18. Yeah, pole length, that's what I thought as well. Come on. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Maybe. We can try it. I mean, that one does look significantly larger. That's poking through a little bit. I did not intend to spend this much time on this. Okay, there we go. That seems to cover it up pretty well. If you do use an animated one, I'd recommend two. One on each side of the saltire? Is that how it's pronounced? Saltire? So it's covered up. I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. I think one is fine. You're not really going to look anywhere. And if you look up, you can see there's a flag there. It's a US flag. If you look closer, you might see that it's not exactly lined up with the pole, and then you can see that it's actually just hiding the other flag. See, that's better. No, I that was not a comment on the different country flags, of course, but more specifically how the Easter egg gets revealed. There's a lesson here. When you model something, skimp on location-specific details if they could be added separately. Yeah, good point. Right. Okay, so let's have a little fly through and see what this looks like as you're approaching. Let's go from this station back here once it's loaded in. You start over here. Just quickly flying through. Stream keeps cutting out here. Think it's on my side. I don't know. If it is actually cutting out. Code Monkey, is the stream cutting out for you as well? Or is it just on Kango's side? Anyway, yeah, we've come down here. Not observed issues. Okay, stream's okay for me. Good, thank you. Right, then you come down through there. Get the first set of second set of crossovers. And then you get this lovely little rail intersection. The nice amount of greenery around as well. Just before you then head into this section, which will likely continue as before. But then when you come underneath this bridge, then you get to the really tall buildings. And then just seeing that skyline approaching from back there, I really do like that. And then you've got the streetcars running on the side, and yeah, that is good. Just need to fill in the side as well. Right, and then you come in, and then as you're getting closer and closer and closer, the buildings just get taller and look like they're getting taller and taller as they're looming overhead. And then as you get all the way over to here, you can see that big station building, but then you look up and you just see those skyscrapers there. Yeah, that is the the feeling I want passengers to have when they're arriving. They get out and they see that. Yeah, what I do is add 2 of those use flags in the same location, but turn one a little so that it covers up the other side. No, it's not necessary. Besides, if players do see it and think it looks a little odd and look, then they can see that it's actually just hidden behind there. Otherwise, if it's 2 of them, then it looks like I was actually trying to hide it, but that isn't really gonna work. Also, I think maybe it'd be a good idea to have a little pedestrian zone around here. Ooh, I didn't actually mean to rotate that this much. Hold on, let me just grab it with a rotation here. Right. And then we can have maybe a fountain or something in front there, if it is since it is a hotel. Okay, we need to fill in this stuff over here. Although saying that, maybe it would be better to have that on the other side, considering that it's much easier to put in an intersection in the stuff that's where the road is going straight. Actually, maybe like this. Now we can move the other buildings a bit closer as well. I think that would be good. Yeah, let's just quickly put this in. Although it will mean I'll have to move this over a bit, but that's okay. I think that's probably far enough, and then we can have another building back there, kind of to mark the end of that block. Fuente animada? I don't know what you mean by that. An IRL. Oh, okay. Very interesting. My yawning was not a comment on the interestingness. It's an asset. What is it an asset of? I think it's resting. I think it's resting somewhere near the local developments. Oh, right, the fountain. Ah, well, that's a good idea. Oh, it's already installed. Oh, wait, it's packaged. It might work, or it might say, it might not work when I try to submit it. It might say that it's payware. I don't know. Because packaged assets are supposed to work, because they're not marked as payware, but sometimes it is from a specific route that just comes with the game in this version, but then other versions don't have it. It's a whole thing. If only they had a tag for like content creator friendly or something like that, or route builder friendly, for the assets that you can actually use and that everybody will have access to, no matter what version of the game they have. Used to have animated textures too, but I think they've been broken for a long time. Yeah, please just don't remove roots in your Trainz versions. Okay, well, I suppose that I'll have to put in 2 lampposts here. Just for symmetry's sake. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And I do like the road going back through there. Ooh, although, what about parking lanes? Maybe we should have a parking lane here, because I've never really experimented much with that. If I move this over to there, because parking lanes are quite a common thing in the US, aren't they? Ooh, although, yeah, right, like that. Ooh, that doesn't look quite right. Hold on. Yeah, it's because this needs to be pulled forward more. That curve looks better. You're welcome. Well, it's 1961. You mean because of the symmetry? Save. Yes, I am already saving. Not this here. Yes, not that is here. Quite common. E-space of ATS. So, what do they actually look like? Is it literally just the sidewalks got space either side, and then you've got the solid lines like I have here, and you've got cars parked over there? Or are there road markings on the side as well? Oh, not lake, not parking lake. Parking lane. I mean, that looks like the UK somewhere. Like different, maybe different in the 60s compared to modern markings. Good point, good point. Plus it's different in different countries as well. Oklahoma ATS. No, I don't mean parking lots, I mean parking lanes. Because that doesn't look quite right, I think. Let's quickly try adding just a few cars, just to see what it looks like if it's populated. Populated by dinosaurs? No, populated by cars. You will only get that reference if you've played Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Right, let's try these ones. Right. Oh, I've made these much too wide. I think that might be why it didn't look good. I think it was just too wide. Just give a bit of space like that. That a bit of space like that. Here as well. Oh, here. Yeah, like that. So there are, on this screenshot, there really aren't any other. But yeah, it is smaller than. Maybe it should be a little bit wider. Not as wide as before, but maybe just a bit wider. Maybe like so. Yeah, I mean, if only it was easier to get reference material from the actual time period. I mean, I suppose it could look. If I look at something like 1960s New York, for example. Hold on. Nope, not that. There we go. Let's increase the size of this window a bit. Well, there doesn't look to be very many road markings in this image at all. I don't know if these ones are moving or not. That's strange. There really aren't many road markings whatsoever on a lot of these images. Although, here, this is interesting. Yeah, because in this image, you can see on the left that does look like a parking lane, considering that I don't think there's a driver in this car. And you can see a solid white line there. And the parking lane here is quite broad. Maybe 1/2 the width of a car. Yeah, like 1.5 the width of a car. And it is a solid line going through. And then you've got images like this where it doesn't look like there are pretty much any road markings whatsoever. Even just for the normal lane difference. Like lane division. Interesting. Yeah, like here, for example. This does not look like it's a one-way road because this car is facing that way, all of these are facing the other way. And yet, look, there are no road markings whatsoever except for... Although even this, no, this looks like it's just a curb. Interesting, I never really paid much attention to that. Anyway. Ooh, maybes. Z, maybe Z. I have at least one photo from the 60s that shows no specific markings. Interesting. But yeah, that's present day. Image search, American Street, marketing 1960s. One such example. Yeah, on this, yeah, there are pretty much no road markings on this one. But on the other one that I showed, it had like the markings that I have here, where it's basically the width of 1.5, or even that's a little, well, that's pretty much like it was. Like 1.5 times the width, with a solid line going on the side. I think that given the added detail effect that having road markings gives on a Trainz route, like if you're like from a modeler's point of view, if you're coming along here and you happen to look over to the side, then you see that, you know, oh, it's a parking lane, especially if there are cars on it. So yeah, I'm gonna give them in. I'm gonna keep them in, because even if there is if there is evidence for them not being there in some instances, I do think that having them adds enough additional detail to warrant them being here. Like, it makes it look better. Yeah, just like that, looking back there. That looks good. Although I do think that I'll need to bring these buildings a little bit closer. Maybe I can even fit a fourth one in there if I squish them up a bit. No, this doesn't look that good. Maybe having larger gaps is better. Or I might replace them if they do look too modern at the end of the day. Who knows? Greyhound coaches. Oh, this will probably parking. Greyhound coaches. Looks good, I think. Greyhound coaches, yeah, good point, good point. Given that you've put the markings in at great effort, they're staying. Good point. That is a good point as well. Also, where did I end up putting that? Oh, I put it over here with this station, didn't I? I'm looking for the Greyhound station. No, it wasn't over here. Oh, no, it was... over here by the transitional area. That's where I put it. Come on. Come on, load in. Also, what is this really long ruler doing here? Maybe that was the distance between things? I don't know. There we go. I do think it might be good to have a... Yeah, it was the length for the yard lead, I think. Let's see what this would look like, having the Greyhound station kind of nearby. Maybe just like that on the side of the road, with bus access coming in through here. That might be nice, even though that does look quite small. Although if we've got the lot here, it also depends on if I do intend on keeping these buildings in there. I can leave it there just to remind myself that I maybe wanted to have that there. I don't know, something like that. We'll see, we'll see. Let's save. Hey, would be nice if there was a comic book set in New Penzance. Could retrace stuff from Trainz screenshots for the backgrounds. True. Imagine if you then also drew in the Scottish flag behind, just in an angle like that. You just drew that in like that. You'd kind of have to, wouldn't you? Maybe this could fit like here or something. It's a little bit further from the tracks, and yet it still gives the right feeling. Maybe one of these ones back here. Just to kind of block off the line of sight a bit. Maybe, not sure. It seems modern, 70s, 80s. Yeah, but you're not really going to look at that building by itself. As you're driving through here, it just looks like another variety of building. Although maybe I could push it a little bit further back. Maybe if I put it like there and then have another different building in front. You would? You would what? Push it back and then have another different building in front, you mean? Or the flag? Yeah, slide it into structural obscurity. Look at it, ha ha ha. I like the lower building, but it doesn't really fit that well. Maybe somewhere over here. I don't know yet. Or buildingular, whatever. Yes, no. Don't move it again. What's good? What do you mean? What's good back back there, like that, you mean? Okay, well, if you insist. Yeah, I think it looks okay. I think I was just looking at it too much. It don't exist was just an opinion. Is that in quotes? Like, it don't exist was just an opinion? Or what do you mean? So maybe I should use a different one back here. Maybe the brown one. Yeah, I think that fits a bit better. So you've got the nice white gleaming buildings in front facing the tracks with the trolleys going by and stuff like that, and then behind them you've got the more dirty, less clean. I know that's a bit redundant, but buildings that haven't been freshly painted and all that. Insist. Never said it. I don't exist. I don't exist was just an opinion. Not me, yeah. More dirty, less glamorous. True. But you can kind of see through that. I like that color contrast as well. That fits quite nicely, I think. Now, I should probably work on this street going through. Oh, right, that's what I wanted to do. I want to look up Franklin Hotel author's assets. DM Drake. Let's see what other things he's done. A lot of things. Eastern Forest Arboretum. What is this? This is not an actual route. This is a layout which consists of Eastern Forest spline, forest type splines. I created it so that all the trees can be downloaded by using Asset Seeker. What is Asset Seeker? Something from 2004, I'm assuming. Maybe the content manager didn't have the feature where it automatically downloaded all the things. Interesting. Anyway. Right, what sort of buildings? Oh, he made the Animus River textures as well. Ah, these the apartment buildings as well. Maybe if I just look for DM Drake in Trainz, since I've already got a lot of his stuff installed. David Drake. He's got a lot of assets. I think I don't have the time to really look through all of these. Oh, do you remember that old Oren track? Yeah, I've got all of those installed as well. Downloaded random. But yeah. No, not yet. Don't do that. You'll most likely just waste space. Yeah, I've got a lot of his stuff installed. Yeah, just looking through that. Although, I don't have a lot of this cabbage. Pity that those all, well, most of them are 2D. Ah, but look at this. Chicago. Look at all these Chicago buildings. This is a great find. I know, it'll download newer versions. What a coincidence. I have a lot of his stuff installed too. Oh yes, what a coincidence indeed. Come on, stop. I need to actually... Okay, good. I was going to say I need to actually use this. Cityscape house. A lot of them. Oh, right, and then the Darjeeling stuff. Yeah, I think I'll probably just... I know now that this author has a lot of these sorts of assets. So if I just search for author DM Drake, let's see. Oh, yeah, there's so much stuff. Abandoned factory. No. Abandoned industry. No. Lot of abandoned things. Oh, look, an arcade. Adelaide Arcade. Adelaide Arcade, sorry. That seems familiar. American Basewood. No. Let's just have a look. Apartment complex. Nah. Alright, these apartment houses, I remember those. These Art Deco building blocks. Those might actually work quite nice over here, especially this one with a darker reddish texture might fit quite well with the color scheme of this big building there, like that. Yeah, and height-wise, that also fits quite nicely. Now, I'll probably just put two of them together or something. Or maybe with a little bit of a gap like this. And then I can extend the road slightly. Go Gadget Extendo Road, if you know what I mean. And by that I mean, of course, just extending the road. Something like that, I think, is good. No, not like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Great. Search term 2, Art Deco. Ah, good point. If only that worked. Go Gadget Distant Scenerizer. Oh yeah. Go Gadget Rodomatic. No, I didn't say problematic, I said rodomatic. Oh yes, and he made these lovely splines as well. Oh right, yeah, I do remember this. Alpine splines. So many great assets that were so useful back in the day. Like just these big forest splines. If only there were assets like that with 2D trees that actually looked good in TRS-19. Anyway, what did I want? Yes, I was looking through these buildings. I'll put down this one as well, because that might be useful. Atlanta downtown. Ah, now oh, actually, is this the same one as from the building group? That looks. Yeah, look, it's the same one, just scaled a little differently. Atlanta downtown 2D. Atlanta downtown 2D. There you go. I think that will fit quite nicely. Not sure if it's good for that position, but over here, like having that be placed. If I do keep these big buildings there, like maybe just back here, to give that a little bit more depth. And even then I'll probably increase the distance somewhat, so that there could feasibly be a road going between these. The shading on this one's a bit broken. That one as well. That one... No, that one works. Although that one's a warehouse, so probably not good here. That is also a warehouse, although I could see that working in the distance somewhere. Like maybe as an end piece to this road. Like sort of just there. Yeah, if you look back there, you've got some nice detail. I think that looks quite nice back there. Plus the shorter height gives a little bit more of an effect of distance, like a feeling of distance. Team Drake made so much stuff. Such dedication. Smaller one, more accurate? I don't know. Will there also be a park near the station? Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that does look beautiful back there. Short of the background, emphasis the foreground. Too small. That one? Maybe. Maybe just a background asset somewhere. Actually, maybe we could have that as the end piece to this road, because the fire escapes do give it quite a bit more detail when viewed from afar. That could work. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the other buildings around it look like, and then we'll decide if it looks good or not. BlackBerry LG CM. Bronx. With the washing hanging out, you probably wouldn't see that much over here. Although maybe a little bit back here, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe. That's got weird shading. That's got weird shading. That's got weird shading. It's too small. Ooh, that one might work. Over here. I like the more earthy tones of this one. Looks very similar to the other building. Or somewhat similar at least. So just having that there. Yeah, so then if you look back that way, you can see... You can see it. This is the foreground. Yes. And the fire department too? Maybe. Upanson's feibt. Ooh, that looks interesting. It's apparently a manor. What would that look like as a corner piece? I said corner, not coroner. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ooh, also I need to remember to put the portals there. Did I name any of these? I don't think I did. No, okay. Was that addressed at YouTube's automatic subtitles? Yes. Okay, and then I'll just quickly connect those up. Good. And then, just so I don't forget. Oh, right, that's a good point. Originally, I did intend to have this go off at a diagonal angle, back that way. How would that look? Like if I rotated this like that, and then have it go off at a diagonal angle. Would that look better or not? No. It looks better going straight. Like with the grid, the griddiness. I guess I'll just have this go over to here and then I'll have the portals somewhere back here. Oh, and we've gone past midnight. So I'll just very quickly finish looking through some of these assets, just so I don't forget where I was. But I can. Oh, he's even look. The same author made this for the Silverton Shops buildings. Do you remember these ones? Ah, those are by DM Drake as well? He's made so many assets that have so many fond memories for me. I do like that. As you're coming in, you get a little bit of that brown color from over there as well, mixed in. And then we get into these beautiful... these look like they would fit very nicely in some of these locations. Santa Fe. Good, but not currently. Hold on. Bit too tall. Right, so that building back there is the one that I had last placed. Although I think it maybe should be in line with the new construction there. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. It did look good when it was tall, but I don't want the tallness of this building to be overshadowed. Because you've got a shorter building on that side, shorter building on that side. And if that was that tall, then especially with those bright colors, it wouldn't really work that well. Anyway, so that's the last building. So we were looking, remember, we were looking at DM Drake, and we were at Chicago Building 1-2D. So now it's just time to get a thumbnail. I do remember. Yeah. Ooh, building Silverton shops. Maybe we can go into 8 past. Well, we'll need to get a thumbnail anyway. Plus, I think we made a lot of progress today. Especially when you consider that... Oh, 1 second. Did that? That's okay. Especially when you consider that this is the only bit of the route that's left to build. Like literally, where those buildings are back there, just to here, pretty much. That is pretty much all that's left. I think that's a good thumbnail. Or maybe even this. Final stretch, yep. And finish the intermodal port? Yeah, that's a good point. Because originally I did have originally the plan was to have the another intermodal port here, so that we have 3 of them, so that we've got 1 up here, 1 over there, and then we'd have 1 down there, so that we've got intermodal stuff coming into the yard here, and that it gets loaded and unloaded. However, I'm no longer sure if that's necessary. Because we've got off-map access from over here, from this line, as well as off-map access from up there and over there, we could still easily have intermodal stuff in the yard, where intermodal stuff either is brought here and then gets cut into local trains to go up onto this main line going down this way. Or we could have it the other way around. So I'm really not sure if it's necessary. Anyway. And redetail previous stuff, yeah. Oh, humph. What do you mean, humph? Not sure. Laughs. But yeah, I do really like the feeling of this place now. Just seeing all those big buildings and the stylish trains like that, and this really does feel like what I had imagined it feeling like. What state is it imitating? Probably solid, mostly. I mean, any big city really. It could be New York, it could be Atlanta, Illinois, yeah. I know Atlanta isn't a state, but you know what I mean. Anyway, should probably end the stream. Right, so thank you all very much for watching. And if, like, with the container port, if I do end up putting that, like, but if I do end up putting it in, then most likely it would be over here in this direction somewhere, so that you can come up this way, and you could have the intermodal stuff coming up this way, and then you'd branch off there, and then have it be over in this location somewhere. But I honestly don't think that it's necessary. It would be a fun project to build, definitely, because like if you imagine coming up, but actually yeah, having the 2-lane line coming over here with bushes on each side and trees like that, and having other AI traffic passing by. Also, if you imagine having sessions where you're actually up here and then you come down this way and join up onto the other line coming underneath the bridge, that would be a lot of fun. However, I don't know if it's necessary. Because that is, like, that was the original idea, to either have it just continue off the end of that industrial district back there and have the intermodal be over there, or to have it branch off later on to one of these two sides. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. I'm really happy with the way the route feels currently, and I don't really think that it needs an extension, even if it would be a fun project to build. Thanks for the company this evening. Catch you tomorrow for the same thing. Yeah, it was lovely. Oh, before you go, right? Where would you even plonk it down? I think I just answered that. Will MVR streams always be at 10 on Saturdays? Well, that depends on if the OpenTTD streams continue to, continue to happen the way that they've been happening. But quite possibly, because I do have to eat between the OpenTTD and this, and, well, I don't know. We'll see. Although I do have something I do on Sundays in the morning as well, so who knows. Well, it's not really supposed to be, as the Convoy currently OpenTTD slot is officially just 6 to 8, but they've gone overtime a lot. Yeah. Okay, pushback. Technically my slot. Just wondered. Would be better for you. Both work good. And there's the stream title. So, thank you all very much for watching, and good night. Code Monkey, it was nice having you as well, of course. Bye-bye. Good night, yes.